One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to Zanis News. To present the news, I'm Kralibel Msonda. Let's take a look at the headlines. Luansha's Kalende Health Post commissioned, plus government committed to safeguarding investments. Zanis News in detail. Copperbelt Permanent Secretary Lawrence Mwanza has commissioned the Kalende Health Post, which was constructed using the constituency development funds in Kawama Ward in Luansha District in the Copperbelt Province. Mr. Mwanza says the health post will alleviate the sufferings of mothers, children, and the elderly who have been traveling long distances to access health care services. More in the following report.
The commissioning of the Kalende Health Post in Kawama Ward in Luansha District on the Copperbelt Province has cheered the local community members who have endured years of walking long distances to access health services.
What you have done is a great thing by constructing us a health post. As in the past, we used to suffer in accessing medication and we thought this shall never happen. But the Lord is great and we used to complain a lot. Now the Lord has brought peace. We used to have difficulties in accessing maternity annexes in the past as we were delivering from home. Now we are happy this has brought joy to us.
Luansha Town Council constructed the health post using the constituency development funds to improve the delivery of health services to the community members. Copperbelt Province Permanent Secretary officially commissioned the clinic to improve the lives of Kalende community members.
For many years, the people of this community understood the burden of traveling long distances in search of health care. Today, that burden is being lifted because government has listened to the voices of its people and responded with action. This occasion is not simply about opening another public building. It is about bringing healthcare closer to mothers, children, the elderly, and every family that calls this community home.
Luansha Town Clerk highlighted the achievements of the constituency development funds.
It's an increase from 1.6 million to 25 million in 2022. It continues to increase. Today we are talking of 40 million.
As I was coming here, on my way, I saw a clinic built using CDF. Even here it's the same. In Maposa and in Baluba, there are many developments which have been brought here in Luansha District, and the roads have been rehabilitated. Things are better now. The construction of this health post will indeed serve the community of Kalende to access better health services. Tovin Ngombe, Zanis, Luansha District.
In the energy sector, Katete District in Eastern Province is set to host a $467 million United States wind turbine generating power plant, a major investment expected to boost Zambia's electricity generation and support the country's drive towards renewable energy. People Power Limited Managing Director Linda Thompson says the project will generate 350 megawatts of electricity from 42 wind turbines once completed. Ms. Thompson says preliminary works have been completed with construction expected to commence later this year. Details in the following report.
Government call for diversifying into alternative sources of energy as a way of mitigating the effects of unpredictable rainfall is beginning to bear fruit. People Power Limited is investing $467 million in the construction of a 350 megawatts wind power plant in Katete district, a project expected to significantly boost Zambia's electricity generation capacity. Managing Director Linda Thompson discussed this during a public disclosure meeting, saying studies have confirmed that Katete has sufficient wind resources to sustain large-scale power generation.
So originally we had suggested that it was going to be just 200 megawatts, and then because there's a wider area and we thought we could do more, we increased the project to 350. So I think it'll be between 320 and 350, but we're saying 350 because that's obviously you go for what you think is the maximum. There are slightly fewer turbines because they're bigger. When we started, they were smaller turbines. Now, with the technology, we've been able to go bigger. So that's one of the advantages.
Acting Katete District Commissioner Pongongolo says project is a game changer not only for Katete but also for the wider region because of the district's strategic geographical location.
This is coming with this big cluster, not just for Katete but as Eastern Province. So we are thinking as well, especially with the plan, that it will help develop what we have here in terms of the corporate sector, social responsibility, because we need to partner and at a higher level, being the biggest golden egg that we have.
Meanwhile, Corporate and Community Affairs Manager Dismas Banda has urged government to safeguard the investment by restricting mining activities near the proposed wind farm.
This venture and mining don't go together, because once you start digging up the ground, the mountains that you make from the mining activity do change the wind profile. And so we can be in total disaster if we had a mine nearby or several pits in the area.
The 350 megawatts Katete wind power project is expected to strengthen Zambia's energy mix, reduce dependency on hydropower, and improve electricity security as the country continues to diversify its sources of power. Tinkla Chaponda, Zanis News, Katete.
In the education sector, government has allocated 53 million kwacha towards the purchase and distribution of milk to 40 schools across the country under the milk pilot program aimed at improving learner nutrition under the school feeding program. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary for Administration, Noriana Muneko, says the milk program is currently being implemented in 4 districts in each of the 10 provinces. Ms. Muneko said this in a speech read for her by Ministry of Education Director for Primary Education, Felix Ngoma, during the handover ceremony of American military food containers from the Zambian Helpers Society to Luka Matano Secondary and Primary School in Chilanga District. Here's a report.
The Zambian Helpers Society, in collaboration with Korean Donor Company Limited, has donated 5 containers of assorted food supplies to Luka Matano Secondary and Primary School in Chilanga District to support the school feeding program. The donation comprises essential food items meant to boost nutrition for learners under the government's school feeding program. Speaking during the handover ceremony, Zambian ambassador to South Korea Andrew Banda and Zambian Helpers Society vice chairperson said the gesture is aimed at strengthening nutrition support for learners at Luka Matano School.
And indeed, Chipata itself, Chipata through the district commissioner's office. This is only about 7-8 months ago. The program continues. Today, there are 5 containers containing about 1,000 food packs in them. 5 containers containing 1,500 food packs in them. Those containers contain foodstuffs that can feed 1,000 people throughout the year, 1 year. 5 containers, 1,000 people will be fed.
1,500 sanitary pads to local Mantano primary and secondary schools were given out to the children. Toothbrushes, socks, school supplies to the 11th and 12th grade students. Additionally, Zambia Helper Society distributed 200 sets of baby underwear to kindergartens and also invited Japanese doctors to volunteer in 2025.
Receiving the donation on behalf of the Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary for Administration, Noriana Moneko, Director for Primary Education, Felix Ngoma, thanked the donors for the timely support.
It is a pleasure to join you today for the handing over of American military food containers by the Zambian Helpers Society in support of Zambia's school feeding program. Allow me to express the Ministry of Education's sincere appreciation to the Zambian Helpers Society for facilitating this timely donation. Your support reflects the important role that partnerships continue to play in strengthening education and improving the well-being of learners across the country. Today's handover goes beyond the delivery of food supplies. It reinforces our collective efforts to ensure that learners have the nutrition they need to remain in school, concentrate in class, and achieve their full potential.
Chilanga District Education Board Secretary Lenny Longwe says the donation will help sustain meal provision and improve learning outcomes for learners at Lokamantano School.
I am excited to be part of the people that are receiving the food stuff this afternoon, and I know the impact that can have on our children.
Myles Kabengo for Zanis in Chilanga District.
And Masaiti District Commissioner in Matutu has welcomed the introduction of the school-related gender-based violence intervention under the Keeping Girls in School KGS and Beyond initiative, describing it as a timely step towards creating safer learning environments for girls. Speaking during the Keeping Girls in Lusaka and Beyond Initiative Symposium, Ms. Matutu said the intervention will strengthen reporting mechanisms, enhance the capacity to detect and respond to cases of gender-based violence, and raise awareness among learners, school administrators, and communities through parent-teacher committees. Nkwati Chanda now reports.
The Keeping Girls in School program and Beyond initiative continues to make a positive impact in Masaiti district, with more than 800 girls supported to access secondary education, while 54 others have progressed to tertiary institutions. The achievement has been attributed to collaborative efforts by government and its cooperating partners through interventions aimed at reducing the vulnerability of a girl child, particularly in rural communities, and ensuring that more girls remain in school.
The project has also introduced interventions to prevent school-related gender-based violence in order to ensure that the learning environment is conducive and free of GBV for both girls and boys. The SRGBV interventions are aimed at establishing reporting systems, creating capacity for detecting and creating awareness among the learners, school administrators, and the communities through the PTCs.
Meanwhile, the Copperbelt Provincial Senior Education Officer has encouraged learners to remain focused on their education and make responsible decisions that will shape their future.
We are saying that the choices you make today, all of you boys and girls, will determine the outcome for your tomorrow. The decisions you are making today will affect your future. So make good choices for your life.
Masaiti District Education Board Secretary has also called for continued collaboration among parents, schools, and stakeholders to ensure every girl has access to quality education in a safe and supportive environment.
Empowering a girl means providing her with safe learning spaces, sound mentorship, and sexual reproductive health education. It means removing the barriers of retrogressive cultural practices and replacing them with premium academic opportunities. When we secure the education of a girl, we secure the future of Masaiti district and the future of the nation at large.
This year's Keeping Girls in School and Beyond Initiative Symposium was held under the theme Empowering Girls, Creating Leadership for Tomorrow. Nkwachi Chanda, Zanis, Masaiti District, Copperbelt Province.
Still in the news, Mukushi District Commissioner Jonathan Kapungwe says the government remains committed to safeguarding the interests of the people and expects the current investments to contribute to the district's socio-economic development. Speaking during a disclosure meeting by Marker Resources, Mr. Kapungwe said, while mineral exploration represents an opportunity for economic growth, the people of Mukushi district expect lasting benefits through improved infrastructure, employment opportunities, and community development. More in the following report.
The proposed mineral exploration project in Upper Lunsemfa ward of Mukushi District, Central Province, has raised hopes for jobs and development. District Commissioner Jonathan Kapungwe has challenged Marco Resources to ensure its investment delivers meaningful development to the district.
I stand firmly on the needs of the people of Mukushi to see proper, tangible development. We don't have good roads, we don't have power, we are just turning our mortuary into a courtroom now using CDF. Those are the projects we need to see in the district, projects which will touch lives of everyone, those who stay in Mukushi.
Mr. Kapungwe says the project will bring relief to government by providing resources to people through job creation and empowering citizens.
Exploration stage, it is really giving us that relief as government to provide the resources of people, to grow the economy of the district and empower the citizenry. Your Highness, when they start exploration, they'll employ the people of Mukushi, which will speak to the growth of their economic activities.
Marco Resources says its development agenda will be driven by the priorities identified by the communities themselves.
The community needs assessment to ascertain what is it that the community will need to start with. Because if we just say we are going to do this, some of these things will become a white elephant, which is not the need for the community. So we believe in community needs assessment for us to bring about development.
The company has also assured stakeholders that environmental protection will remain central to its exploration activities.
Mukushi isn't just about mining, it is about agriculture, it's about the headwaters, it's about biodiversity, the protected forest, and so much of the license that we have actually sits within protected areas, and there is the forest reserve there. So we've decided, as opposed to going and trying to explore for minerals in the forest or doing any mining in the forest, that we would take a different approach, because we really do believe in sustainable development. I said it a few times during today's disclosure, is that sustainable development isn't a yes or no type of answer. It is more, how is it that we can find the right place to sustainably develop? And
to make sure that as they go on with their exploration, that they are considerate to all the resources and all the source water bodies and water sources that we have in Mukushi, because they are important not only to the chiefdom but also to the community around about Mukushi.
Sandra Mlenga reporting for Zanis in Mukushi District, Central Province.
Before we go, here are the headlines once again. Luansha's calendar health post commissioned, plus government committed to safeguarding investments. That's all we had for you on Zanis News. On behalf of the entire Zanis News production team and the sign language interpreter John Chulu, my name is Kralibel Msonda. Thank you for watching Zanis News.